Fernando Torres starts up front. He scored 7 in his last 12 starts.
Expect him to do a lot better.
So they dropped him back now. Torres starts up front. He scored 7 in his last 12 starts. What do you make of that move?
Well, he's an enigma, isn't he? His Chelsea career has been full of nearly getting there, then not quite doing it, then having a lousy time, then scoring goals. Then you look at the stats and say, you know, he ain't done too bad really. It's kind of a mystery, his Chelsea career. And to me, I've always said that he doesn't seem to be enjoying it the way he enjoyed himself at Liverpool. But of course, he got some important goals for Chelsea in this time. You know, I guess he's as professional as you can ask for. He's as willing. He'll try hard every single game. Just there's something quite. I've never really put my finger on it. Yeah.
I mean, Niall said he doesn't seem like he's as happy as he was at Liverpool. Do you think that's fair, Jamie?
Of course, because he was scoring lots of goals at Liverpool.
So what is it? What's not worked?
Well, I think at Liverpool everything was for Torres. The team was built for him. Steven Gerrard always trying to find passes through to him. I think at Chelsea he's just another player, and the rest of the players, I'm not saying they're more selfish at Chelsea, but there's a lot more bigger players. Maybe sometimes they look after themselves a bit. They'll go for goal. Whereas at Liverpool, it felt like everyone was trying to set him up. Yeah. Everyone was it was all for Fernando. And listen, we played to his strengths and we got great results from it. But it obviously hasn't worked out for Chelsea. But he can't just look at his teammates. He's got to look at himself as well.
But if the team was built round him now, do you think he would capture that form again?
I don't think he's the same player. I think that's obvious from watching him. I mean, we can, you know, you look at the player, and as I said, Niall said, you know, he doesn't seem as happy, does he? And you know yourself when you're playing centre forward, if you're getting left out and a wide man's getting left up front.
And he obviously is playing for, you know, a manager who, it might change now, but when the change of managers, even when Benitez came back, we thought it was going to be the making of him playing for that original manager, and it didn't quite happen for him either. I just have a funny thing. Whenever he was playing with Liverpool, in your week as a club building up to the match, you just worried about Fernando Torres. Now they play Chelsea, and you half hope he's playing. You know, and that's some difference, and I think that explains a kind of a big come down in where his career is. But you know, he'll probably go and score a few goals tonight, make me look silly. But you know, there should have been more.
How about you, Niall?
Well, I'm interested to see how the Chelsea defence cope with Mandzukic, with Ribéry. You know, there'll be a lot of sort of action coming at them, and Jose prides himself on his defence being as smart or as best in class. So, you know, I'm looking at that. At the other end, can Torres, you know, prove us wrong and become a star on the night? You know, not so sure.
Well, thank you, Ben. Good evening, everyone. The Super Cup brings some European football finery to the beautiful city of Prague. And a rather special Super Cup too, with some added ingredients, the sharp edge of recent history.
Hunted in packs.
Nice bit of work from Torres. Hazard. It's a bold run. Support here from Schürrle. Oh, what a fantastic goal from Fernando Torres, who started the move in good style and finished it off in fabulous style. Bayern 0, Chelsea 1 in the 8th minute.
That was some fantastic play. Firstly from Eden Hazard, and it was Torres actually that slipped the ball into him, wasn't it? And he kept on going. Andreas Schürrle more than plays his part to pick out the Spaniard.
Well, most of his goals in 2013 have come in European competition. How about this one?
Well, he does ever so well, Torres, because he doesn't get on top of Dante and the other man in the middle of the defence there. He just sits off by the penalty spot. And that's great if your man picks you out, which he did. Exactly that. And what a finish, what a confident finish.
And made by André Schürrle there, who's so delighted. Who, of course, knows most of these Bayern players in international football. The message Chelsea have been sending to their players is, look, winning the Europa League is one thing, but it's a class down from the Champions League. This is not just the Champions League, it's the best team in the Champions League, with the competition coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Go and prove that you're good enough. Torres. Earlier this year, Torres. David Luiz and Mandzukic, called even by Swedish referee.
Getting time. David Luiz.
Free back for Bayern. Can they play it right here? Torres. either a speculative shot or a vastly attempted cross.
Well, he had a good look. He had the time to lift the head. Eden Hazard was at the far post and he seemed to be trying to pick him out, but as you say, he was miles away.
So it goes to Kroos. Didn't work for Bayern. Torres. Surely making good ground. Torres. He's turned brilliantly. And just putting his foot through the ball, he felt perhaps from that close. It flying under the bar, it went just over.
Yeah, sometimes as a centre forward you make runs and the ball never comes. Tonight though, he's making the right decisions. His radar's working. Again, the Torres combination. He makes good space there. Nice first touch from the Spaniard.
From Torres. Hazard played his part, Schürrle crossed, and Torres arrived in the right place with the right kind of finish.
We have to come to you. You said before the game that he was probably going to score a couple of goals and prove you wrong, and Fernando Torres did exactly that.
Yeah, he did that. He was excellent for the goal. He's shown tonight, you know, the Fernando Torres that exists. There is a superb player in there, and the first goal, you know, shows it. Not just the finish, but from the throw-in, holds it up, lays it off, sets the move away, and Hazard does brilliant, a great turn, retains possession, threads a lovely ball through, and Schürrle pulls it back towards the penalty spot. Both of the defenders have gone to try and defend the one across the 6-yard line, and what a wonderful finish from Torres. That, you know, we jumped off our seats. It was superb stuff, and that's the stuff that he can do, Ben. You know, he's absolutely superb when he does that. He's such a lift for his team when he's in that kind of form. He was at it all half, you know, and there was a determination there, and there was a wonderful ability too as the ball comes across. You can see Robin is actually back there as well, trying to do something about it. And that's unstoppable when he's like that.
Jamie, it's a sense that when it's instinct, when he trusts himself, he can do that sort of thing, and yet 9 minutes later he has the ball in a similar position and he almost has too much time to think about it.
I think that is the problem sometimes, you know, yourself as a striker, when your confidence is low, that cross comes in without thinking, just it's in the back of the net. You know, this one though, he has time to think. He's thinking about running at the player, what should I do? And you sometimes see things like that from him, but you know, we're talking about, you know, for Fernando Torres, like two different players. There's one for Europe and there's one for the Premier League. If you look at the lad's record in Europe, you know, Europa League final he scores. Last year he had a great record with, you know, Benitez in Europe. You look at his record in the Prem, it's totally different. It's like two different players.
Yeah, he does seem to play better, but that last turn alone just shows you what's in there and what he's capable of. He's turned both centre-halves with one shimmy, put the shot over the bar, but when you see him playing like that, it's just so enjoyable.
For a bit more clinical finishing in the second half. The question is, can they get themselves back into the game? Let's join our commentators for the second half. Alan Smith is alongside Martin Taylor.
Thanks again, Ben. English clubs have 7 Super Cup wins, behind Italy with 9 and the most successful nation, Spain, with 10. As I mentioned in the first half, Germany with precisely none. Chelsea galvanising themselves here to come up with a similar performance to deal with all the attacking threats Bayern Munich to possess.
This is the kind of Chelsea performance, Martin, I think that we'll see this season under Mourinho against the top sides. That reliance on the counter-attack, trying to stay nice and solid and compact and bursting forward when they do win the ball.
It's just stuck out of foot, but when it's going well for you, those sort of things do happen. Here he comes again. Gets the foot in. Torres is taken down. David Luiz has got back on his game to dispossess Muller. Here's Torres, holds off Boateng. Now Schürrle. Ramirez. Much harder now. And Martinez going in twice and then ending up with his hearing the whistle. It spared him one kind of headache, but he might have the literal kind. Heavy landing. Torres. Kurtz are trying to make an angle for him. Makes an angle for Javi Martinez, who was fouled by Torres. Wherever it is, I don't think it's the thigh that he's been suffering with recently. If it is, a 1-1 scoreline, that's what happened in the Champions League final. Well, the referee's not going to change his mind. And, Chelsea's disappointment spilling over. Down goes Torres. And this is the sort of moment I mean, Alan, now. Not going to get too many opportunities, and certainly in extra time it's going to be very hard to keep their own goal intact.
It was a tackle around the corner. He did seem to get the ball, but maybe got a piece of Torres as well.
Well, a goal early in each half for Chelsea in the first half from Torres. Chelsea 10 with Ramirez being sent off. So we head for extra time.
To extra time here in the Eden Arena in the Super Cup. 1 each between Chelsea and Bayern Munich. Things have got a little bit more tricky for Chelsea. They're down to 10 men. Marino trying to sort his boys out. Jamie Carragher, Niall Quinn sitting alongside me. I wonder what his thoughts on that red card are, Jamie. What are yours?
Well, he didn't seem too happy with it, but I mean, the view we've got, the angle we've seen again on the replays, it's
the last time there was extra time in a Super Cup, 2009, Pep Guardiola's Barcelona.
When you're a man down, you need someone to take on extra responsibility. But here's Torres. Oscar.
Pack players.
Yeah. Well, Fernando Torres had a truly outstanding first 45 minutes, obviously inspired by his early goal. But he's looked more the player that Chelsea thought they'd signed. And perhaps in many of the matches he's played, some painful times for the Spaniard since the move from Liverpool. And Romelu Lukaku back at Chelsea this season. And this, no matter we didn't see him at all. Fernando Torres, we certainly saw him. Superb opening goal.
What we can say, that was not a friendly in any shape or form. It was a fantastic contest. And